Officer's patrol car is hit by a train with a woman in the back seat.
New body camera video gives fresh insight into what happened.
I didn't think the Lupton officer was going to put her in my car. I just didn't.
And fighting for women's rights. Abortion takes center stage in Denver this weekend.
Equal rights for everyone. No woman is free until we're all free.
Plus, Broncos country is not happy with the new look Broncos now 5 games into the season.
The offense is anemic, and the defense, when we need them the most, they can't come up with the big stuff.
I say fire them all. Fire all of them.
Where the team goes from here after an ugly loss to the Colts.
We do have to take a breath a little bit to get re-energized.
Well, let's start today with a look at outside. This is a live look. In fact, it's a cloudy and cool Friday across the metro.
Meteorologist Stacey Johnson kicks things off tonight. Maybe not the ideal way to begin a weekend, but sunshine is on the way.
Well, the whole weekend won't be this way. It is a little taste of fall. Temperatures only in the 50s for our afternoon highs today with those cloudy skies. And we're not expecting any rain as we go through the rest of tonight. We've had a few scattered showers in the high country, but so far it is well below average for our afternoon highs today is where we should be. 69 degrees our average high and the record 87 degrees. Now we do have a frost advisory in effect for northeastern Colorado until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you have any vegetation you want to protect, either cover that over or bring it inside. We do have a few scattered showers off to our west and down into the southwestern part of the state, but our forecast for the rest of tonight mostly in the 40s as we head through the later evening hours, but we'll have cloudy skies for the area. Coming up, I'll let you know what we're looking like with more sunshine over the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Stacey. New body cam footage obtained by Denver 7 is raising more alarming questions tonight after a train plowed into a Platteville police car that was parked on the tracks with the woman in custody in the back seat. This happened on US 85 and County Road 36 3 weeks ago. Now, following the crash, video shows Platteville Police Sergeant Pablo Vasquez claiming he had no idea his squad car was on the tracks. He also claims he didn't know another officer had put Yareni Rios Gonzalez in his back seat.
I didn't realize how close I was to the tracks, and it took the rear end of my car and it just spun it. I didn't think the Lupton officer was going to put her in my car. I just didn't, and she did. She put her in my car.
Body cam also shows an officer speaking to the train engineer, so take a listen.
Come around that curve, it looks deceiving. You thought you were on the side of the road there.
Yeah,
and then as we get closer in, when our headlights hit the vehicle, it's like, man,
that's too late.
It's too late.
Rios Gonzalez suffered a broken arm and injuries to her leg, back, and head. A 66-year-old woman is killed after she was hit by an Aurora Water Department employee who was driving a city-owned truck. Police say the woman was in the crosswalk at 6th and Helena this morning when that driver hit her. The driver is a 28-year-old man who stayed there on the scene. He has not been cited in the crash, and officers do not believe that speed or alcohol were factors in this crash.
Opening statements began today in Weld County in the retrial of Steve Pankey. He's accused of kidnapping and murdering Janelle Matthews in 1984. She was 12 years old when she disappeared from her Greeley home. Pankey was arrested 2 years ago, but jurors could not reach a verdict, so it was a mistrial last year. Pankey pleaded not guilty to murder and kidnapping in May. Shots fired at the University Hill last weekend have the CU Boulder and Boulder police departments working on ways to inform people about off-campus incidents. And they also want to provide a clearer explanation about alert systems. This includes a new tier of alerts called CU advisories. These are non-emergency events or incidents, including police activity near campus. Now, both departments are also planning to increase patrols in the University Hills neighborhood. Now, police are looking for more suspects wanted in connection to the shots fired into the air. They've already arrested 2 people for this.
I always believe in myself, always believe in this team, believe in what we can do.
That is Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson last night after the game, trying to stay positive after that 12-9 loss to the Colts in overtime.
An ugly game for both teams, but the Broncos underperformed again, so they are now 2-3. Nick Rothschild joins us now, so where's the team go from here?
You think I know? You're silly, Shannon. I keep looking out the window and I'm trying to figure out, hey, it's a little gray. Is the sun going to come out tomorrow? Annie said the sun would come out tomorrow, and I got nothing. Annie lied to us. The weather matches the mood in Broncos country today. Melancholy, dejected, sad. And look, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything for you. You're too smart for that. Last night was an awful result for the Broncos. But if you want to find a silver lining, We're still very early in the season, and in a game of inches that runs at 1,000,000 miles per hour, the Broncos are just a heartbeat off. That's an execution problem, and execution, as Coach Hackett said today, is fixable.
The thing we always say is hear the call, know the call, do your job. We want to be sure that they're doing that at a high level, and right now it's not. It starts with me. It starts with me as the play caller, as the one that's in there deciding on a lot of the plays, and then it goes to the coaches and then to the players. And between all of us, we got to make sure that we're calling the things and doing the things that they can execute at a high level and know what to do.
Hackett will be swimming upstream trying to fix things going forward as injuries continue to ravage the Broncos. Starting left tackle Garrett Bowles done for the season after breaking his leg last night, and starting corner Ronald Darby tore his ACL. So his season also over. Coach Hackett also mentioned linebacker Josie Jewell. He's week to week with a sprained knee, and perhaps the largest bright spot from last night's debacle, edge rusher Baron Browning. He's considered day-to-day with a sprained wrist. Back to you.
Thanks for all the good news there, Nick.
Yes.
So Broncos fans obviously frustrated and so unhappy with the Broncos' performance.
Yeah, you could hear boos during the game. Some fans even left before the game was over. Denver 7's Russell Haythorne reports on who the fans are now blaming for the Broncos' woes.
Yeah, Broncos country, we get it. You've got a lot to say today. You've been tweeting up a storm. You also lit up the Denver 7 Broncos voicemail hotline with more than 600 messages. Some of you blaming the team, others blaming the coach, and then there are those of you who place the blame squarely on the $245 million man himself.
Thanks for calling our Denver 7 Broncos voicemail hotline. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, hey, I was wondering if Russell Wilson came with a return policy, because they sure as hell need to activate it, because $200 and some million for this?
Can they change Wilson's name to Hustle Wilson? Because that's what he did, was hustle Denver out of that contract. He sucks.
I say fire them all. Fire all of them.
And some fans even beating up on other fans in our inbox.
I believe that if you're a true Denver Bronco fan, you are not going to boo your team.
I mean, leaving the game early, this town has had a lot of problems since Elway left about supporting the Broncos. And it's a shame that nobody in Denver or the surrounding area cares about the Broncos. Let's ride.
The ride thus far has been a bumpy one with Russell Wilson. We'll break it down even further coming up on Denver 7 at 6. For now, I'm Russell Haythorne.
Coloradans plan to rally at Civic Center Park in Denver for the Women's March. It's the first time since the pandemic and the first since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Denver 7's Micah Smith reports.
In January 2017, on President Donald Trump's first full day in office, thousands of women across the country protested.
No woman is free until we're all free.
Jade Marquez, chair of this year's Women's March in Denver, says Saturday's demonstration may not be as big, but it's just as important.
Reproductive freedom is the center point of freedom for us all.
Marquez says the march will focus on national women's issues, with abortion rights taking center stage.
But we don't want to lose out on the other critical issues to women's equality.
We're going to be showing up to the Women's March as well.
Women with opposing viewpoints also want their voices heard.
Showing that as much as we do stand for women, we don't support the right to abortion. We believe that abortion is not beneficial to women.
Brooke Faulkner is the coordinator for Students for Life in the Rocky Mountain region and is planning a counter-protest.
We work with student groups across the country in the effort to make abortion unthinkable.
Faulkner says while those involved in the Women's March don't speak for all women, the two groups do have a common goal.
We all care about women so very much. We want their lives to be better.
I respect it. It is a part of the political process. Just like we have a right to do our march, they also have their right to their views.
Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
The Women's March starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning in Civic Center Park. The Students for Life rally is also at Civic Center Park, and that one starts at noon.
I thought he had well-priced homes. I thought they were built.
A local man starts a tiny home business, and now he's facing at least 3 lawsuits accused of ripping off his customers.
They have every right to be upset.
Plus, seniors are taking a field trip to a Colorado ranch.
Oh yes, it's wonderful to be able to get out.
The fun meet and greet benefiting their mental health.
Horses are amazing animals. They're a mirror to our soul.